It's Hanging with Mrs. Housley. I'm Mrs. Housley. Hope you're all doing really well and staying safe. We miss you still. We still haven't stopped missing you. We wish we could be in school, but for now we can't. So let's talk about what we talked about last week. Last week we talked about reading. We talked about reading things without knowing how to spell the words or sound the words out. I gave you a couple of worksheets, but the worksheet I really wanted you to have some fun with was the worksheet that had all the pictures on it. Pictures of Starbucks. Did you recognize Starbucks? Did you recognize McDonald's? Or Crayola, like the markers or the crayons? That's how we start to learn how to read, by recognizing a symbol that represents something, that shows us what it is. I look at the big yellow M and I know it's McDonald's. I look at that apple and I know it's an Apple product, an iPad or a tablet or a phone. So just keep practicing, and one day, very soon, you'll learn that all of those letters have sounds, and when you put all of those letters and all those sounds together, they make words, and you'll learn how to read, not just your first name. You'll learn how to read all kinds of different words, even hard words. You'll sound it out because you know what the letters are supposed to sound like, and then you'll be able to guess. And then one day you'll never remember a day where you couldn't read. Oh, I know how to read so many things now because I'm growing up. So that's a great thing. So I hope you had fun. I hope you were able to get outside and maybe read underneath a tree and enjoy some books and share your stories with some other people. Okay, so this week, I told you last week we were going to talk about music and sound. And sound is a thing that's part of physical science. Kind of big words. Physical science just means it's a science that talks about things that are not living, like physical science isn't talking about people because people are alive, or it doesn't talk about frogs because frogs are alive, or bugs because they're alive, or dolphins, or sharks, or octopus, something like that. Those are all alive. That's not physical science. Physical science is stuff that's scientific that isn't alive, like sound. Okay, sound. I have a picture behind me. She's a cutie. I drew her. That giant ear is just showing you. Here's the giant ear. It's just showing you that my megaphone has sound. It's like going like this. That's a megaphone. And these lines represent sound. Now, if you look at the top line, really squiggly, and the lines are close together, okay? Those are called, ooh, it's a hard one, high frequency wavelengths. And that just means these wiggles are so close together that they make a really high-pitched sound. And these wavelengths are low frequency sounds. They're really far apart and they're really low. High-pitched, low-pitched. Can you hear the difference in my voice? When I have a high-pitched sound, high-pitched, it makes my ears vibrate a little bit. I can feel them buzzing. High-pitched frequency sound waves have very little space in between, and the low pitch have big spaces in between. So that's a sound, and it wiggles and wiggles and wiggles, and then it reaches your ear, and when it's this kind of sound wave, you hear high-pitched, and when it's this kind, you hear low-pitched. So that's a really simple drawing of what sound would look like if you could see sound. Well, we can't see it, we hear it, right? You use your ears to hear. So, I'll do the instruments first. Okay. What are these called? These are maracas. Inside of this maraca, there are little beads or little plastic balls. And when you shake them up, they make a sound, right? Kind of a high sound. I can hear it kind of high. Okay. Oh, this next one is going to give me a headache. Ready? I can still feel them vibrating. Ready? These are cymbals. That was loud. When you hit those together, they make a really cool sound. That was loud. All right, what about these? Oh, these are just sticks, right? But if you look really closely, they have lines on them. So you can make sound like that, rubbing them together. That's kind of cool. How about this? Oh, I just dropped it. I'll use this. If I do it really really softly, really hard, and it gets louder, right? That's a drum. That's kind of cool. And how about this one? It's a tambourine. These are little metal discs that hit each other, and then they kind of vibrate, and they make a sound. We can make instruments with just about anything. If I was at home, because you can tell I'm not at home, where am I? I didn't even talk about that. Where am I? I'm in classroom, right? Look at this, a whiteboard and numbers and letters. I'm in my classroom upstairs. And yeah, you don't see the blinds behind me in my kitchen. That's where I always film. So I'm in the classroom today, which feels kind of good to be in here. I wish you guys were here, but that's okay. I feel good to be in the classroom. All right, I have a story. It's a tiny story, and I don't mean a short story because it's a tiny book. Look at how small that is. It's called All About Sound. And we talked about some of the stuff already, but we'll look at it in a book form. It says, hello, can you hear me? Look at him. He has what's called an old-fashioned telephone. If moms and dads or grandmas and grandpas can help you, if they can cut a hole in the bottom of one can and another can, and you tie a string in between, you can actually talk into it, and the other person far away can hear what you're saying. It's really cool. I don't know if you've ever been able to do that. If moms and dads or grandmas and grandpas can help you do that, that's really cool. Okay. Your voice is a sound. A ringing telephone is a sound too. Music is sound. Singing, talking, and laughing are also sounds. Look at him laughing. He's got some teeth missing. That's going to happen for some of you soon. Some of you already lost some teeth. Hit a drum, and what do you hear? I just did that, right? We heard a sound. A drum makes a booming sound. All right? How about strumming a guitar? Strum a guitar and you'll hear a different sound. If I was at home, I could show you a guitar. I could show you a viola, which is a bigger violin, or a small piano, or a recorder to blow into, but I'm not at home. I don't have my instruments here. But I had those instruments that I showed you. Now, strum a guitar again. What do you see? Look closely. The strings move back and forth very quickly. This movement is called a vibration. Now, if you look, these strings right here, they look like they're kind of wiggly. It's because they're vibrating. That means that when you play it, it vibrates and it makes a sound. So that's kind of cool. Vibrations make sound, just like I said. You can see some vibrations. So take a ruler, place it on the edge of a table. Okay, just like they did. Hold it with one hand. All right. Hold the end of the ruler flat on the table, pull down on the other end of the ruler and let it go. The ruler vibrates and the ruler makes a sound. So you just take your hand with that ruler and go doing, 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 and it will make a sound. I don't know if it'll be a doing sound, but it'll make a sound. You can also feel vibrations. When you speak, your throat vibrates. Put your hand on your throat and sing, right? Do you feel the vibrations? I feel the vibrations when I hold my throat. If I whisper, I don't feel vibrations. But when I talk or I sing, I feel vibrations right here in my throat. Very cool. You can feel other sound vibrations too. Put your hand on a radio. You can feel it vibrate. Now turn the radio off and the vibrations stop. They stop because the radio's not on. The sound is not there. Sound can travel. You can hear someone shout across the room. The sound travels to your ear. That's why you can hear somebody yelling from far away, because the sound travels over the air to your ears, and that's what you're hearing. It's very cool, the physical science of sound. Inside your ear are very tiny, small bones, and they vibrate. So all those vibrations that those bones make send a message to your brain, and then your brain tells you what you hear. Very sciencey, but it's true. 3 little tiny bones in your ear. Sound can travel through some objects too. It can travel through a wooden door. That's why when someone knocks on the door and they talk, you can still hear them. Even though there's a door in between you guys, you can still hear them because sound travels through some doors or some solid surfaces. Sound can travel through water. Dolphins and whales talk underwater. That's a beautiful picture. Yeah, sound travels beautifully through water. You can make sounds too. Kind of like I just did with the instruments, you can hit a pot with a spoon. I'm sure moms and dads will love that. Blow into a whistle or clap your hands. Those make sounds too. So now you have a pot and a spoon and a whistle and clapping hands. Guess what? You made a band. What other sounds can you make? What other sounds can you make? Oh my goodness. There's a ton of sounds you can make. You can whistle. You can do that with your lips. You can yell. You can whisper. You can just talk like this really, really quietly, and you can hear that parts of your mouth are making noises. You can bang on a pot like they said. You can hit 2 sticks together or bang 2 rocks together. There's so many things that you can make sound with. So many things you can make sound with. So without breaking anything or making too much noise, make some music. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so we talked about physical science. Now, tell moms and grandmas not to listen to this part because it's a secret, a good secret. Sunday is Mother's Day. Now, I know it's hard for us to get out to the store to buy a present for moms and dads, or you guys just don't have money. You don't have a job. How would you have money? Even though I know some of you have money from presents or from doing chores. Save your money, because right now it's not a great idea to go to the stores to buy something, but for Mother's Day you can make something that your moms or grandmas will love. Like maybe make a card. You don't have to write the words, you can just draw a beautiful picture on the card, or just draw a beautiful picture. That's an idea, something that you can do for moms. One thing my kids used to do for me, which I think all moms like, is they make little tickets or little coupons that say things like, I will empty the dishwasher, I will vacuum the rugs, I will empty the kitty litter box. And then when mom wants you to do that job, she can tear that coupon out of a book and give it to you and say, okay, time to empty the dishwasher. And you can't say, oh no, mom, because she has a coupon. So those are little free presents that you can give to mom. I kind of like those presents, but sometimes I forget that I have them and I don't use them. I gotta use them. Maybe I still have some from when my kids were really small. What else can you do for your mom? Oh, how about putting on a show? Do a little dance, sing a little song, and maybe you can record it on a tablet or something, and that mom can just record you doing it. I think that would be such a fun present. I would love if my kids did a show. They're kind of old right now, but I think that they would really laugh, and I would really laugh. If they put on a cool show for me, I would love it. It'd be a great present. I remember it forever. How about maybe giving her a snack, but please don't touch the stove, right? You can make her a snack. That's easy. Make her a sandwich. Make her, I don't know, take some grapes out of the fridge and put them in a bowl and wash them and give them to mom as a snack. So many things you can do. Be safe about it. Don't use that stove. Not even the microwave. You shouldn't use that either, but just talk to dad or a big brother or a big sister to give you a hand. So those are some ideas that you can do for Mother's Day. Okay, make sure you give her a big kiss and a big hug, because that's what moms really love. We love all that kind of stuff. All right, so it's Mother's Day. You should always treat your mom well, but especially on Sunday. All right. Next week, we're gonna talk about graduation. Now, some of you aren't old enough to do the graduation, but those of you who are in our 4-year-old programs, you're supposed to be graduating next week, not next year, next week. So what that means is graduation means you're finished with something, and then you're gonna move on to the next thing. So our kids in our 4-year-old program, who most of you have turned 5 or will be turning 5 soon, you're going to not come back to preschool, you're gonna go to kindergarten next. So next week, we'll talk about graduation. Parents of 4-year-old program students, I'm gonna read this, please get ready to celebrate your child's graduation. You'll see some details in an email about that, okay? Either whether it's this email or whether it's a different one. Just know that we're gonna try to plan to do something a little special for our preschool graduates. Okay, that's it for now. I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Stay safe. Enjoy the weather if it's good. I don't think it's gonna be so good, but today's a good day to get outside, so give it a try, okay? All right, talk to you later. Bye.